Hey, welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary.
And I'm David, and it's been a hot moment or week.
Yeah, no kidding. The last video I put out was the
You got up at
insomnia
midnight and started talking with the insomnia
the
crew.
insomnia crew. God, I mean, I love doing it, but man, is that tough on me.
Oh yeah, because you get up at what, 4:00, 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I'm feet on the floor at 4:45 every morning. Well, not
Yeah, and
Saturdays.
you're
Saturdays and Sundays I'm not, but sleeping in for me on a Saturday and Sunday is like getting up at 7:30.
okay. Luxury for you.
I know exactly. Woo! I'm wasting the whole day away. But yeah, it's just I'm recording a video tonight. I'll do a solo. I'm going to do a video on the UFC 250 on the White House lawn on Trump's birthday.
Check the weather. It's like an 80% chance of thunderstorms.
Oh, really?
Crazy like that.
You know, when they did the parade, was that on his birthday as well, or was that 4th of July?
Yeah, that was on his birthday as well.
On his birthday. Yeah, so the video I'm going to put out is basically, you know, as much as we didn't want the military parade on his birthday, it turned out having it was actually a really good thing, because the thing everyone remembers is the squeaky tank.
Yeah.
You know? And it was such a humiliating event. And so what I'm going to look at in the UFC 250, there's a lawsuit trying to block it. It may or may not gain any traction. Yeah. But is the UFC 250 going to be the next squeaky tank event of 2026 for Trump's birthday?
Currently, as we record this on Thursday, June 11th, it's showing as a 55% chance of rain. And what's nice with this weather app on my iPhone here is that you know, it'll give you what the weather looks like every hour once you get within a day of the event. So on Saturday, you know, around 5 in the afternoon, we'll be able to see what the weather's going to look like all the way through 4 in the afternoon on Sunday. I don't know what time this cage match is supposed to start.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll have that for you on the video, and we'll put that video out probably. I might put it out Saturday. We'll see when I throw it out there, because I haven't recorded anything in almost a week, so yeah. It'd be good to let everyone know that I'm still here. But today we're going to talk about the stock market in a way.
And powerful memos.
So I was looking at the stock market today, and sometime midday the stock market just took off, and I was like, "What the heck happened?"
Your 401k is doing great.
Yes. So
obviously you've got the greatest presidential administration ever.
Because that's all that counts, right? Exactly. So I looked, and it's like, oh, Trump makes an announcement that the U.S. and Iran basically have an agreement ready. An agreement was in quotes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay. And then it's immediately followed by a Reuters article that said Iran's pushing back, saying we don't have an agreement, and there's some reporters asking Trump, you know, is it going to get signed this weekend? And Trump's like, it's going to happen really soon, possibly this weekend. And as Dave mentioned, it's a really strong agreement.
Powerful. Yeah, he said it was a strong memo, powerful memo. It's like, oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be a weak and feeble memo. Yeah, and now that we know it's a strong, powerful memo.
Of course, the stock market wouldn't react if it was a weak and feeble memo, right?
You know, I need to do a little bingo card list of the 5 adjectives that he knows. Yeah, right? You know, the positive and the negative: strong, weak, powerful. I don't know what you use against powerful. High IQ and low IQ.
Yeah, it's just non-powerful, I guess. He's got the adjective ability of an 8-year-old, right?
A really, really restricted 8-year-old, you know?
Yeah, it was funny because I saw an article where someone that had gone to military academy with him when he was in high school said he was the same way back then. You know, it's just he was the best at everything. He had star power, and he couldn't understand why he wasn't getting promoted to captain. He was a staff supply sergeant, and he should be captain. And he's he was really apparently he was very good at baseball, but he considered himself to be the greatest of all time on baseball and soccer. And the guy was like, we actually had a couple of kids from Latin America that were way better at soccer, but you couldn't tell Trump that. And ultimately, the nickname that they had for him was Cadet Bone Spurs. So some things just don't change, right?
No, exactly.
He's been this way his entire life. But so I was talking with David. It's like, is there really an agreement, or is he just trying to spike the stock market? And then Dave kind of threw, shone the light on probably the most obvious answer.
It's the files.
The Epstein files.
It's the e-files.
It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know if you're aware, the New York Times put out a story yesterday or the day before yesterday about reporting that there was a huge meeting in the Situation Room when the e-files were going to be coming out. And it was being led by J.D. Vance and the cabinet. All the cabinet was there, and they were trying to discuss, should they release all the files? Should they release some of the files and try and make it look like they're transparent? It's being referred to as Trump's Watergate.
Yep.
Because it's basically everybody in the cabinet, his communication director, the FBI lead Patel was on the phone. They had DOJ there. They had Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche were there from the DOJ. White House lawyers are all in there trying to figure out how they're going to spin this, what parts of the law they might comply with, what parts they don't want to comply with. And they all know he's in there. They all know it's bad, and it's a huge, huge cover-up. So now you have to say you're going to end the civilization of Iran as you know it. Oh my God, now we're going to have this giant, powerful peace deal trying to distract from the e-files.
I did not know that, but now that makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't it? I mean, right after, apparently he was given a 2 days heads up that this story was coming. And in that 2 days is when we started launching missiles again at targets in Iran to escalate tensions over there and distract people from the story that was coming out.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And it just gives you an idea, again, how horrific these files must be that Congress won't do anything about it because they're implicated in it. The huge donors and powerful, wealthy people in this country are implicated in it, and they will blatantly break the law rather than let the information come out because literally it's going to be game-changing for everyone.
And this is why it's important that we all get out there and vote in November.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to let you start on this one. And then, so let's take a look at the energy around Trump's great, strong, super powerful peace deal with Iran.
Yeah, let's look at the quote-unquote the agreement. I would believe Iran any day of the week, which is so sad to say.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah. We don't know what he's talking about. There's no agreement in place. Entertainment purposes only. Let's look at this agreement here. We've got the Page of Wands crossed by the Sun card and the World card.
Oh my God.
What do we got? We got the Magician in the past, Ace of Swords in the present, King of Pentacles, overarching energy. Lesson to be learned is the Ace of Pentacles. Here we go again. And the outcome is the Hierophant.
Holy cow, what a great spread.
You got 4 major arcana and a pair of aces. And royalty. Not one normal card in a lot of this. Okay, what's the energy? We're talking about actions in the Middle East. I kind of use this as a Middle East card because it has pyramids on the bottom here. And the challenge is the truth coming out. And so with the World card underneath it, it's almost like you have to talk a good talk about the Middle East because there's something that was coming out, world impacting, involving the wealthy man or wealthy men that needs to be addressed. Magician in the past. This is the illusions. This is we've got a deal. Oh, we don't have a deal. The market manipulation which is still going to be there. But is it possible there's going to be a deal? It's possible, but I think the thing is, if you end the war, you've lost the distraction. So I think in this case, he's going to really push the the whole narrative that Iran can't have a nuke, and we're going to take over all these different things. He's really trying to saber rattle here. It's to protect himself. It's to protect other wealthy people. Mind you, they've been doing with the Ace of Pentacles. They've been doing market manipulation with this, but I think this particular announcement goes beyond the normal grifting that he's doing because of the context of what's underneath, which is the e-files. They might announce that they've got a ceasefire going. There may be some negotiations coming forward with it. We got the Hierophant as the outcome. It's going to be slow negotiations. They're not going to reveal. They're not giving up much. I don't think either side's going to compromise, and it's going to fail. But it's because the negotiations aren't sincere. The negotiations aren't happening because there's some sincerity of wanting peace. What you've got is a volatile situation involving dear leader and other wealthy people, and he's got to do something to distract until he can get to the next distraction.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
the truth is coming out. They're having a hard time asking it.
Yeah, when I saw that spread, I was kind of. Let me bring you back in. When I saw that spread, I saw the Sun card is the challenge. Is you had the Page of Wands. They're trying to change the messaging because the truth is ready to come out regarding the Epstein files.
Yeah, it's just staring them right in the face.
Yeah, and so that then you get the Magician. I got to manifest some sort of event. The only thing they're missing was that Seven of Cups card, right? The squirrel card. All right, so for me, I kind of want to know what's next with Iran. So there could be some agreement. Iran said there is. They haven't. Obviously, there's some progress that's been made, but Iran is downplaying it. It's like we haven't come to agreement. We're certainly not ready to go and meet someplace and sign something.
Yeah, our administration has been overselling, overpromising, and underdelivering this whole time. And given the nature of the person in charge, it makes sense. This whole pressuring people by saying, "Oh, they agreed to do this." Normal people say, "Oh, well, maybe I should do it."
Right?
They're like, "Hey, read between the lines on both of them, pal. We're not agreeing. We're not being bullied into anything."
Yeah, no, that's a great point. It's kind of like trying to force their hand because I already said we're near something. And like you said, it probably works on Wall Street.
It works on people. That's been the strong arm tactic. He tried to get Mike Pence to do that during the Stop the Steal. Mike Pence agreed that he's going to do everything possible to stop this unfair election on January 6th. And he puts that on January 5th. He's by saying, "Oh, Mike Pence agreed to do this," even though Pence hadn't. He's trying to force him into it. "I've already told people you were coming to the party. Guess you have to come."
So I'm going to do a little side by side on this.
Oh my!
On this announcement, Trump on this side, Iran on this side, regarding this so-called agreement. How legit is it, and how close are the parties to this?
I'm so excited.
The energy underneath it is the star. This is all about keeping the star power there.
Almost like, what does it take to have peace?
Yeah, I've got this upside down. So on Trump, he wants to keep everything to himself. He wants all the money, all the power. He wants everything for himself. In other words, to your point earlier, we were talking about if they're negotiating in earnest, if they're actually doing like meaningful negotiations. I paraphrase, I use a different term, but he's not a reasonable negotiator. He keeps every time they make progress, he throws more demands in there.
Yeah.
And let's see, the main clarifier is the Ten of Swords. He wants to kill off their nuclear program, but he also wants to basically have this thing kind of come to an end, or he's trying to kill something with this. Is it he's trying to get rid of the government, he's trying to get rid of the nuclear program, trying to get rid of the Obama agreement. There's a whole bunch of things. These cards are upside down. I apologize for that. The clarifiers are the Seven of Wands, the battles and the defending the statements, and trying to celebrate a victory. So what I'm getting from Trump's cards here, to protect his star power, he's got to try and get everything to make people forget about the Obama agreement, and that he's taking actions that are supposed to be protecting us, and that we'll be celebrating his success when this is done. So that's the agreement he wants with Iran, and I'm sure these are upside down.
And it seems unlikely he'll get a deal as good as Obama. So it's like he's fighting so hard to get something better and flailing, literally.
Yeah. Throw me a bone here, because he's got to make it look like a win. He's on the defensive.
Yeah.
He's not on the offensive here. He's not like the Knight of Swords. He's the Seven of Wands. He's defending himself from the attacks. These are the actions of his allies. This could be the actions of Congress, the actions of the American people, the actions of Iran, the actions, of people that are looking at what he's doing and saying, this is a bunch of crap.
Can't you hear the phone calls? Come on, guys, give me a break here. We're kicking your butt. You need to give up. He's the whiniest little.
Yeah. So, how's Iran think of these agreements and these negotiations?
I can't wait.
They're not happy with what's being offered to them.
Keep coming with the offers, dude.
there may be a better offer coming. The main clarifier is the Five of Cups. That whole the sadness of the situation. It's funny. It's you and I have talked about this. Trump's talking about all these great things that are going to happen from this. He could have unfrozen $20 billion of Iranian assets and done all of this without dropping a single bomb.
Right.
And the Strait of Hormuz would be open. He could have secured possibly a Iran not pursuing nuclear weapons, allegedly, but he decided to bomb them, and whenever he negotiates with them, he bombs them some more. So it's like they can't trust him. To them, this agreement's dead. This is dead on arrival. Right now, they got the Ten of Pentacles. They're looking at this as far as legacy. How is this going to affect the kind of the future generations? And the Page of Wands, their own set of messaging and actions that they want out of the agreement. To me, it's like Iran is not being taken seriously as a negotiating entity. That Trump's legacy is ignoring what they want, or what they want out of this, or what they need out of this. And they may have to change the messaging and change the actions if they want a true agreement to move forward. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, and when I look at that, Iran really has the ability to end this war whenever they want to. But,
Sure.
The more Trump in this administration bombs things and commits war crimes and stuff like that, the higher the price goes.
Yeah. That's a good point, because even Iran has said, it's like, you can't negotiate with these guys because they just start bombing you.
They break their word. They can't be. The current administration cannot be taken seriously during these negotiations. Hell, it was right after the first negotiations in February that Iran thought they were making progress, and dear leader listened to Netanyahu and decided, oh, they're making a nuke, we need to bomb them, while they were making progress on. And Iran was saying, we'll never make a nuke. We've already agreed to that. We reiterate, we will never make a nuke. We don't have any desire to do that. And 2 days later, they were being bombed. So, how do they win on this when they've already promised you the things that you wanted them to promise you?
Yeah. It kind of makes you wonder if this is just going to make them want to. It's kind of like North Korea. It's like, okay, well, apparently the only way to stop you from bombing us is if we actually have a nuclear weapon.
Exactly.
And a way to deliver it.
Exactly.
All right. So that's where we're at with that.
Yeah. Not exciting news here, but it's just sort of like it's a distraction. It's yet another distraction.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is an agreement this is more Trump overselling and under delivering.
Right.
This is not going to be the end of the war. This may extend the ceasefire, maybe, but it's not going to be a meaningful end of hostilities.
It may reestablish a ceasefire, but right now the Strait of Hormuz is closed again.
Yep.
And so, Iran is holding the economic cards of the world in their hands. And
that could be that 10 of Pentacles right there.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't have any problem with killing off the world economy if that's what it takes. Because right now there's nobody in the world that's supporting the U.S. other than our best ally in the Middle East.
Yes, indeed.
Our greatest ally.
Yes. Friends like that, who needs enemies, right?
You make a lot of enemies with friends like that.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. David, I truly appreciate you. And I'll try and get more videos out than one a week. But thank you so much for sticking with us, and we'll catch you soon.
All right, take care, everyone. Have a good night. Or good morning, as the case may be.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Dave, you want to give him a card before we head out?
The card of the day, the Page of Wands.
That is the card of the day for sure.
Take a trip to the Middle East. Walk around.
Share your
proudly proclaim you're an American. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to you.
Okay, that's really great. Take care, folks.